Sometimes the chat might get to you in a delay of a minute or two. Anyway, in delay of 10 to 20 seconds, so that would explain why you're answering a bit later. Hello from Germany. Hello from Germany. Sylvia. Team, Dallas area. Malcolm, just starting the harmonica. All right. Welcome, everyone. Let me run the slideshow on the screen. And here we are. I'm super excited for this. And this is a presentation that I made for you, which is called the Harmonica Rediscovered, 100 times more stunning than you think. We're going to talk about 3 key insights to unlock countless epic new moments for you with the harmonica. We're going to see some videos. We're going to learn how to play it better, how to pick the best harmonicas. And basically, first, how are you doing? How many of you have already been playing the harmonica, played it a little, or are you considering yourself an experienced player? Let me run a poll on the screen for you, and you're going to see it right now. And you can choose if you have been playing harmonica in the past, yes, a lot, yes, a little bit, or not at all. So now it's going to show up, and you can start clicking, yes, a little bit, not at all. Results are starting to come in, and you see the screen many, many times because I'm sharing my screen here. Not at all, yes, a little bit, yes, a lot. Some people have been playing the harmonica a lot. Okay, perfect. So I see we have a mix here. Some people have not played the harmonica at all. So I guess that if you're here, you're really fond of this instrument and how you can start playing it. And some have been playing it a lot and some have been playing a little bit. Okay, let's move on. And here we are. Our goals for the coming 60 to 90 minutes. Whether you're a beginner or advanced, you're at the right place because you will see that the harmonica is such a rich instrument in ways you didn't know yet, and it's going to inspire you to start going or keep going if you already did. 2, you will understand how to pick the best songs on harmonicas and get a sound that complements the instrument. And 3, you will already start playing it with a much better sound already today if you already have it. So what's in store? A bit more deeply. 1, we're going to talk about 6 music styles, examples that sound downright awesome on the diatonic harmonica, song melodies playing, the soulful blues, the iconic Bob Dylan harmonica style, jazz harmonica, and 2 more surprising styles. We're going to talk about how to pair the best songs and the best harmonica choices, and we're going to talk about the most key technique for starting to sound good already today. And there is a free gift for those who stay until the end. It's a PDF songbook with the most fun to play songs for the harmonica. So here it is. I'm going to show to you right here. This is how the book looks like from the inside. These are all songs that I tabbed myself to make sure you get the best tabs, because I know in many times when you look up tabs online, they're just not correct. And that's really a pity. And we will get to the fact that also when you play the harmonica, you got to choose songs thoughtfully. You got to choose the songs right in order to really sound good. So there's a bunch of great songs here from Bob Dylan, Billy Joel, a bunch of really amazing, like Neil Young, artists that need no introduction. Now, let's keep going. And a little bit about me. So probably like many watching this, I started at a pretty late age and without talent or family. I just had the passion for music. I was 19. I was in the military. That's sort of how it looks like when I am in the military. I am originally from Israel, so this is how it looks like. And I was 19. I was invited to spend an hour or 2 with someone who played the guitar pretty well. And I was just inspired. And I was like, I'm going to start doing it. And from there on, slowly but surely, I started becoming really obsessed with the music. And for the past 8 years, I've been teaching people how to play music themselves. And this has been my full-time job. And as you can see, a lot of the students that I've had are on Udemy, where there are over 100,000 students on my courses that you can see right here. A bunch of really great courses that attracted a lot of people. And over the last year, I've lived in different music capitals and studied with incredible musicians. And originally from Israel, living now in sunny Tel Aviv. So here it is. This is the harmonica course that I used to have on Udemy. It's no longer there, but it used to be the top rated course there with over 15,000 students, rated 4.8 for many years. And then I decided to just put it on my own website so I can have and attract more quality students who really want to learn and not just get a little course on Udemy. I will get to that later. But anyways, let's start getting into it. So some people think, oh, a harmonica, it's that teeny sounding little instrument. You probably can't play much on it. So here's the answer. Here are 6 musical styles that sound incredible on the harmonica. And we're going to go into some examples now. The first one is playing song melodies, where we're basically singing through the harmonica and replacing the singer. With the tiny harmonica that fits in your pocket, you can play tens of thousands of songs and sound awesome in countless genres. You can play popular songs, rock, pop, you can play folk songs, you can play country melodies, nature style melodies, and it's basically like a mobile Spotify that you have in your pocket, and you can play so many songs with. And I want to show you an example. So, for example, when we go here, and we are looking, look at this, just a moment. Okay, so here's the first video that I have to show you where I'm basically singing the song through the harmonica. I'm playing it here with my friend. We're going to be on the mountains in Israel. And What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong, sung on the harmonica. So I got to tell you a story. First of all, feel free to comment all the time. Hello, Callum. Nice to see you. JP is asking, are you actually saying the song into the harmonica? No, we are actually just using our air, but actually this is a more advanced trick that you can actually, in my mind, I'm often singing the lyrics in my mind. This really helps you evoke more emotions in the listeners when you do that. Anyways, I want to show you another thing and tell you about something which I call my harmonica breakthrough. This was one of the breakthroughs that I had over the last year that made me really fall in love with the harmonica a lot more. And first of all, look how cool it is that we can take this instrument in our pockets and play those songs with it. So anyways, there was this video that I watched of 2 of my favorite artists, actually. One of them is a harmonica player. He's Swedish. His name is Filip Jers, amazing player. And he often plays as a duo with my favorite acoustic guitar player in the world. His name is Emil Ernbro. And I watched this video of them. It was less than a year ago. And his tone, the tone that he had was just so full and lush and mesmerizing. And I was like, is this actually a diatonic harmonica, what I'm listening to right here. And from there on, it just showed me what are really the options when you can breathe right. And I'm going to show you a bit about how to breathe properly, and that already opens a much richer tone for you. It will be true that on this example, they are actually using a microphone, which makes the tone even more full, but still you will see that this is actually his real tone. It's just a bit amplified. So here's the video, and let's see if you believe that this is just a diatonic harmonica. That is diatonic. And one is good. I can keep listening to this for a very long time, but we have a lot of great stuff to keep showing you, and also a lot of stuff, new stuff to teach you. And I want to move on from this first genre, which is basically singing through the harmonica, singing songs, melodies, into something perhaps the most recognizable genre was the harmonica. Let me see if you can recognize. Tell me. Just a moment. I see some questions in this chat. People asked if that is a chromatic harmonica. No, everything we're going to talk about is not the chromatic harmonica, which is the huge harmonica with the button on the side of the slider. Today, everything we're going to talk about is the diatonic harmonica, this tiny harmonica that fits in your pocket. And this is by far the most popular one. In 90% of the recordings that you hear on Spotify or Bob Dylan or wherever you're hearing harmonica, it's the diatonic harmonica. It's just a lot smaller, a lot more capable. The chromatic harmonica is a very niche instrument, mostly for jazz. So let me tell me if you recognize this one. If you recognize what music this is. Right in the chat. All right, and I'm still not seeing correct answers in the chat, but basically what we were checking out right here is, look at this, the blues. Perhaps the harmonica's most popular style. There's not much need to introduce the blues. It's a very American genre that started around the turn of the century, around 1900 in the southern USA. And very, very quickly, in around a decade or two, it became known that this genre just fits the harmonica perfectly. And the harmonica sounds so good on it. All right, now I see your comments coming in. Sometimes I see the chat shows up a little bit later. But around a decade or two later, it was discovered. People realized pretty quickly that the harmonica fits the blues perfectly, and it became perhaps the instrument that is most recognized with the blues, other than the guitar. And I say here, the blues is a bit like French in a way that just like you're hearing people, two French people, for example, walking on the street, they're speaking French, you can immediately tell, oh, this is French. I recognize this. And in the same way, even people who are not musicians, blues is something that you hear and you're immediately like, oh, this is the blues. Of course, I know this kind of music. So I want to give you some examples. First of all, we're seeing some very amazing people here. This is James Cotton. He's a very famous player who got popular around the 60s and later. We have Eric Clapton, who is a blues icon and just rock and roll icon in general. Stevie Ray Vaughan from Texas, Tim from Dallas. I'm sure you know Stevie Ray Vaughan. John Popper, he's also a very incredible harmonica player. Anyway, let me show you one example, for example, of how the blues can sound like. Here's one of my favorite players. His name is Ronnie Shellist. And here's my favorite video of him on YouTube, just a simple video at home. And this is what you can do with the harmonica. It sounds so great just sitting at home and enjoying the harmonica. All right. I have a question for you. What do you guys think about Ronnie Shellist and this kind of playing? Did it sound nice to your ears? Now, let's go back and I want to show you something else, which is really cool. And over here, there is a quote by Charlie Musselwhite. He is one of the most famous harmonica players, blues harmonica players. He's still alive. And he says, the harmonica is the most voice-like instrument. You can make it wail, feel happy, or cry. It's like singing the blues without words. How amazing it is that with an instrument that fits in your pocket, you can sound so great and you can make it sound happy or make it sound like it's wailing. It's just so rich and it's just unbelievable. So what I want to share with you is another video which will show you exactly what it means when you are wailing and crying through the harmonica. This is a different kind of blues, and this is by an incredible artist called Amanda Ventura. She's Brazilian, and she definitely knows how to play the blues. Check this out. Feel free to let me know what you think. I don't know what about you. I can keep listening to this for a very long time, and I'm seeing also your comments in the chat. But I'm blown away. So this is the blues on the harmonica, and as you can see, there's a reason why it's so commonly held with the harmonica. But let's move to another style, which is perhaps not less commonly recognizable, identifiable with the harmonica, and this is what's called folk harmonica, or as I call it, Bob Dylan harmonica. And this is a different style. It's very improvised, it's full of emotion, and it's played with a wide and rich sound of several notes together. And basically, what this style is about, in the early 1960s, 1961, some young guy from Minnesota came to New York, and he just had his guitar and a couple of harmonicas. And up until then, the harmonica was really associated a lot more with the blues. And then he started using it for his own kind of songs, which were folk songs. And very quickly, from his second album, he just blew up nationally in the United States and in the whole world. And he became the face of the movement, and the harmonica, which was maybe a gimmick, just became so recognizable with him. And as you can see right here, this is a famous quote of Bob Dylan, which says, "The harmonica is the world's best-selling instrument," which is true or almost true, or second best-selling instrument after the acoustic guitar. You're welcome. And indeed, he gets a lot of credit for it. And let's actually hear how it sounds like when someone is playing this kind of style. And I want to start with an example, actually not by Bob Dylan, but by Neil Young. This is the same kind of style with One Heart of Gold, 1971. Let's actually hear the original Bob Dylan. And I have this beautiful solo that he played in Newport Folk Festival in 1964 when he was already an icon. And this solo just speaks for itself and shows you what the harmonica can do. And even when you are not completely accurate on it, like for example on the piano, you have to be extremely accurate. So here's what happens on the harmonica, even when you are not sounding like you're hitting everything correctly. The emotions just make up for it.
You're born in Duluth.
I'm ready to go anywhere. I'm ready for to fade into my own parade. Cast your dancing spell my way. I promise to go under it. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning, I come following you.
What do you guys think? What is your favorite song in this style? It has a harmonica in this kind of style, like Bob Dylan, like Neil Young, this harmonica. Let me know what is your favorite song. There's a lot of songs like this from Bruce Springsteen, Neil Young, Bob Dylan, John Mayer, more modern examples. So let me know in the chat. And from here, I want to move on. First of all, I want to ask you, are you guys having fun? Guys and girls, are you having fun so far? I'm having a great time just sharing this passion with you and showing you these incredible videos. And you're welcome to keep going in the chat. The River, all right, I'm seeing some answers. Love Neil Young, and have tried to copy by Ray. Colin Greeno, Malcolm says the Beatles also. Oh yes, John Lennon was a great harmonica player. Jonathan, love the music. All right, we've only just begun. Now I want to move on to something which is another topic, which is actually not recognizable at all with the harmonica. And check this out. So basically, jazz. You might be surprised since it's very overlooked because people think, oh, jazz, this is for trumpet or saxophone. But actually, many gorgeous jazz standards from the Great American Songbook, Gershwin songs, and many other songs fit the diatonic harmonica perfectly and sound just amazing on it. And the beauty in playing jazz on the harmonica is that it really opens up new levels of harmonica control and mastery that transcend your playing in all genres. This is what jazz does. It's just more complex than other genres. And when you become better on jazz, on the harmonica, suddenly other things seem easier. So I have a question for you. Anyone here likes jazz? Can you, if you have certain artists or certain songs, and I have some examples here of songs that sound incredible on the harmonica: Fly Me to the Moon, All of Me, There Will Never Be Another You, But Not For Me, Misty. So I'm waiting for your answers in the chat. And in the meantime, I'm going to load an incredible new video for you. And this is called, look at this right here. Ooh, I'm excited to show this. All right. So, a moment. Okay. What did you guys think? This is actually a solo from the song But Not For Me, originally sung and played by Chet Baker, the legendary jazz trumpeter. And this guy, Alex Paclin, amazing player. And you can just see it. It's unbelievable that this is played from something that can fit in your pocket. And this is exactly what I mean when I'm saying the harmonica rediscovered. And when you start playing those kind of songs, you're just blown away by all the options and seeing that the harmonica can do all that stuff. So I want from here to move on to show you two other, I would say, more social types of playing, social styles of playing with the harmonica. Extremely exciting. And this is, the first one is what I call the gentle jamming harmonica. This is when we are decorating the song with beats of harmonica. What does that mean? I will show you in a moment. It means that, for example, the singer is singing the song. Might be your friend or it might be your favorite artist on YouTube. So the singer is singing the song and you are giving those slight harmonica decorations on top. And it just sounds so great when you do so, even when you're just playing a little bit of decorations. So I want to show you, for example, how it sounds like when I am playing with one of my favorite artists. And here he is. Let's see how quickly you can recognize who this is. Harmonica in the key of C. This is Tiny Dancer by Elton John, and I'm decorating it gently with the harmonica. So as you can see, this is the most spontaneous example I can show, just filmed on the phone, just having fun and basically feeling, closing my eyes. As you can see, Ray just commented on the chat, no one is reading music. This is very true. The harmonica is very meant to be played with your ears. Of course, not right from the beginning. From the beginning, you are using something else, not sheet music, but something much easier that I will show you in a moment. But the harmonica is really meant to be played using your ears, and it's the easiest instrument to play using your ears because there is something about it that I will show you in a moment. But before that, I want to show you something really, really cool. And this is actually the next style. Before I explain to you why the harmonica is a relatively easy instrument to play with friends. So the sixth musical style that I want to show you is basically jamming whole solos. That means when we are playing with friends or improvise a solo ourselves, and we are playing a whole solo, we're just making up a solo on the spot, or maybe we are playing a solo that we already knew, like, for example, the solo from Piano Man. And how do you do that? The harmonica is the easiest instrument to improvise solos on because it comes in certain keys. So, for example, you can see that on this harmonica, there is the letter C on the side, for example, and this harmonica has the letter G. It's very tiny, so you probably cannot see it on the this camera. But what it means is that if a song is in the key of C, for example, Let It Be is in the key of C, so I just need a harmonica in the key of C, and I'm going to sound at least all right, even if I've never played before, but I would just give you an explanation of 2 minutes of what to do with the harmonica. That's it. On the guitar, you know how many months you have to start playing, you have to play before you can even consider start to jam and make up solos with other instruments. So this is not how it works with the harmonica. And I want to now move to show you an extremely beautiful video of two guys that are in Brazil, and they are jamming with each other. And you can see how, besides the fact that they are playing it really, really, really beautiful and in a very bluesy way. So I also want to show you what happens when it's the time to solo. And that means that there is this verse after you've already sung the song or played it on the harmonica, played the original melody. And then you can just play the solo. It's like your friend is telling you, hey, it's your time. Play a solo on the harmonica. And you're like, okay. So here's how it can sound like when you are just improvising that solo on the harmonica. First of all, they're going to play the melody, the famous melody, and then you're going to again. The solo is coming up right. Solo time. This is all improvised. All right. Whoa, what did you guys think about it? I'm always blown away by this video. Okay, so this basically puts us at the place where I've just shown you everything from the first insight to rediscovering the harmonica, and this is to see how awesome it can be. Like every time I'm just blown away. And I have a question for you. Anyone here would want to take these 6 extremely rich musical styles in your pocket everywhere. I can tell you it's really probably easier than you think. So the style we talked about are singing your favorite songs melodies, the blues, Bob Dylan harmonica, that we also saw Neil Young playing it, the great American jazz, or just jazz in general, old school jazz, gentle jamming harmonica. I showed just an example with a recording of Elton John, but you can also play it with friends, and jamming full on solos like the Brazilian solo that we've seen. So I want to see in the chat, what do you guys say in regards to which style would you most want to play yourself very well? Imagine yourself simply taking your harmonica out of your pocket and starting to play this sound superbly. And I have this poll right here for you. And look at this. It's going to pop up on the screen in a moment. And the poll is now published for you. So you can click it on the screen and let's see what you guys and girls think is the coolest style. So I'm sharing my screen so you can see the results as well in real time. So I'm seeing a lot of votes so far for singing my favorite songs melodies on the harmonica. And I'm seeing a lot of votes for the blues. Some votes for jamming full-on songs. And okay, so I see so far a lot of people are really into the blues, and that is beautiful. 58%. So far, it keeps changing every moment as you keep on doing this. And okay, perfect. So this is great, and I want to move on. So here we are, right here, back to the presentation. How are you guys doing so far? You enjoying? Great. The second key insight for rediscovering the harmonica is choose what to play thoughtfully. Now, I have to say in advance, I was more prepared that there would be in the presentation more people who are already more experienced with the harmonica. So some of the things we're going to go into during this insight are a bit more advanced, but they're also coming down to two very simple concepts that I will share with you. So no worries, it's going to let you, even if you're just starting out, know which harmonica and which songs you want to play. So let's talk about the perfect match, which is making great sounding repertoire and harmonica choices. So what it means, so basically, just like our voices fit certain songs better, so does the harmonica. And for example, I remember a few years ago, I was just learning to sing. And my girlfriend at the time told me, you can sing well. I thought I couldn't sing at all. And she told me, you can sing. You just need to pick the right songs that fit your voice. And she told me that songs that you write are obviously fitting your voice much better because you write them and it just naturally works so that they really work for your voice. And the same thing goes for the harmonica. Some songs are not a great fit for the harmonica because of certain reasons. For example, some of the songs are just really high pitched. For example, I think most people agree that this is too squeaky to actually sound good. And this is, I can say this is the complete opposite from this beautiful tone that we've heard in the example of Filip Jers and his Swedish friend in the beginning, where it was such rich and lush. It was more, of course, I don't really like playing live through the speaker of the computer because it doesn't sound great, but you get the idea. Usually, the more higher pitched it is, the less good it sounds. So the first thing that I want to ask you is, I highly recommend thoughtfully picking songs for your repertoire. What it means is that before you spend a bunch of time learning and perfecting a song performance, for example, so first you check that you really like the sound of it on the harmonica and that you think it's a good fit for it. For example, you can look up videos and often you will see that if it's a song that sounds great on the harmonica, you will find many videos where people are playing it. And if not, maybe it's just not a good match for the harmonica, and it's fine. Some songs are excellent also on trumpet, and some songs sound weird on trumpet. So we got to pick the songs that work well for the harmonica. And I can also tell you another great tip is keep yourself a repertoire note on your phone with your go-to songs that you really enjoy playing. Now, I'm already going to give you a shortcut at the end of the presentation today. I'm going to give you a shortcut with this ebook that is going to give you 15 awesome songs to play on the harmonica. There's also a list right here, and you can use the replay, or you can take a screenshot of the screen right now, so you have this list. But basically, almost all of these songs are also in the book that I'm going to give you. These are great songs to play on the harmonica, and that would allow you to start sounding much better. Now, here's the next tip. Other than picking the right songs and making sure they sound good on the harmonica, and it's subjective, of course, sound good to you, it's about choosing the right harmonica and key. We will talk about key in a moment, but choosing the right harmonica means that, first of all, as for the harmonica model itself, my rule of thumb is simple. Most harmonicas below the $30 to $40 price point are to be avoided. Don't buy a harmonica for $10 because it's just going to feel cheap and squeaky and plasticky, and just like these kind of harmonicas, it's just not going to make you want to actually keep playing. It's just going to get you frustrated and thinking, oh, the harmonica, it's not a real instrument. It's a toy, because you didn't buy a real harmonica. However, when you buy a harmonica at around the $30 to $40 price range, they just sound, all of them are relatively similar. However, I can tell you that, for example, Honor is the leading company. By far, it's a German company. They have excellent instruments. I have nothing to do with them besides the fact that I think they're really great. So I recommend actually their number one bestseller if you're thinking about which first harmonica to buy, which is the Honor Blues Harp. You can't go wrong. It costs about $45. And something important is to buy it in the key of C. I'm going to write it for you also in the chat, so it's just easier to remember. Best choice for beginners, Honor Blues Harp in the key of C. Can't go wrong. Now, from this, and here you can see now my comment in the chat. Now, from this, we're going to move forward. So this is basically about choosing the right harmonica. Here, I just gave it to you. Very simple. Now, the next thing is choosing a good sounding key. So first of all, as I said, sometimes you can't pick a key and it doesn't matter. You just have to pick the right key for the song. And that means that if you're playing the song with the original song in the background, for example, with Let It Be, and I'm playing it out of Spotify and I'm playing it on the speakers here. So I got to make sure that I have, since Let It Be is in the key of C, I got to make sure I have a harmonica in the key of C. How do you know which key a song is in? You ask Google. It's very simple. You just ask Google what key is Let It Be, and it will tell you it's in the key of C, and you say, okay, I need a harmonica in the key of C. However, look at this part. When you're playing a cappella, and a cappella means without accompaniment, basically just a fancy word to say, I'm just playing with the harmonica. There's no background music. So then, and this is actually how I like to play most of the time. I just like to play around with the harmonica. Maybe I'm just at home, just easy peasy, just playing around. And I can pick whatever key that I want. And I can tell you, it's very simple. If I'm playing songs just on the harmonica, I would usually pick a harmonica in the key of G. Why a harmonica in the key of G? Because it's lower. It has a fuller sound. So here's, for example, a harmonica in the key of C. I'm playing the middle octave, which is on holes 4 to 7. It's right here in the middle of the harmonica. And here's how the same thing sounds on a harmonica in the key of G. Did you notice how it sounds lower? So this is key of G, the best choice for playing songs when you can. However, I still recommend when you're just starting out, you got to get a harmonica in the key of C first if you pick just one, because all videos online or wherever you're trying to learn harmonica would always assume that you have a harmonica in the key of C, because it's the most common key. That's how you learn music. It's the easiest key. and it's the most common harmonicas as well. So you got to have one in the key of C, and your second harmonica should be in the key of G. This is my 2 cents. Now, getting a bit more advanced here, when you're, it's best to choose a lower sounding harmonica. And here you can see that the lower sounding harmonicas are G, A, B, and then C is sort of in the middle, but it's already getting kind of squeaky. And then D, E, F, these are harmonicas that usually I stay away from. I have them, but I don't really use them. I just have them in case I would be called to play, for example, on a song recording where someone is playing a song in those keys or something like this. But usually I just stay away from those keys. And basically, also I recommend taking a screenshot of this graph that I worked hard on if you want the more detailed explanation. But basically, song melodies G through C, the lower the better. And for blues, actually G is a bit too low, because the difference is that in G, in blues, anyways, we are playing on the lower octave, usually on the lower note. So we're already low to begin with, and a G harmonica is actually too low for the blues. So this is something to notice. So blues, a C harmonica is excellent as well. And if you have, there's 2 harmonicas, you can play blues on the C harmonica and songs on the G harmonica, usually, unless you're playing with other people, and then slowly start collecting more harmonicas. Do you have any questions about this? Feel free to type in the chat. What are your thoughts? And of course, I'm open to hear your opinions. This is just my opinion, but I've developed it over many years. So to sum it up, in the easiest way, in 90% of the times when playing a cappella, I only use my C and G harmonicas. When playing songs, I use a G. When I'm playing anything bluesy, you can't go wrong with C harmonica. Okay, guys. Any questions so far? B flat, excellent harmonica as well. I see your comments. I see your comment, Andy. Now I want to have a nugget here for beginners. Ray said earlier, I'm noticing that no one is actually reading music, and this is correct. And look at this. A nugget for beginners. What makes the harmonica very easy to get into? I'm telling you, the harmonica is the easiest instrument to start learning. After this, of course, it gets challenging like any other instrument, but look at this, why it's so easy? Because this is how the first line of Hallelujah looks like on the piano. Look how much information to play Hallelujah on the piano, just the first line. And then look at the first line of Hallelujah for the harmonica. So easy. You just have 5 and 6. That's all you have there. And how do you read those things? This is called tabs. And it's literally the easiest form of reading music of all instruments. And it's only available for the harmonica. And basically what it means is that just like you're seeing here, that the harmonica, also the harmonica that you have, has those numbers on the top. And when you hold the harmonica, you should hold it with the numbers on the upside. And then you're seeing it like this. And basically if it says 5, 6, and all those numbers, it means when there is a regular number, just like 5. So you basically need to blow air into whole number 5 or note number 5. And when there is a minus, for example, here, -6, secret chord, you need to draw air from the harmonica. So basically, if I am reading what's in here, so it's going to sound like this. I have it. Let's get the G harmonica. You can do that also with a C. I will play it with a C. Or on the G harmonica, just for the example, so you see how it sounds slower and maybe nicer. So this is tabs, and that was just a side note to show you that harmonica is really easy to get into. Let's move on from here. And I'm asking you, are you ready to start playing yourself? Because the next tip I want to give you is actually relevant for anything that you will play on the harmonica, and it will get you a few steps closer to that rich, beautiful, lush tone that we have seen earlier from Filip Jers, our Swedish friend. So if you are ready, let's move on to it. Let's begin. The key technique for a rich, lush tone is what I like to call the opera breath. And what I mean by opera breath. So basically, the harmonica is a wind instrument. And what it means that it's a wind instrument, it means basically that everything that you do on it, your sound, would all come down to how you're breathing. That would decide what your tone would be like. If you breathe tiny, shallow breaths and you just take air shallowly, just so it just goes into your throat, it's going to really feel like your sound is tiny and shallow and has no charisma. Like, it's not really fun to listen to. However, if you use what I call the opera breathing, and you're really giving the harmonica your all, so you're going to just be able to sound much fuller. And how do you actually do that? I want to show you actually a little video here, which will get us into this state of mind. And this is actually a very famous, I'm sure many of you, especially Americans here, know her. Her name is Renee Fleming. She's a very famous opera singer. And this is a video of her from a show that she's playing in a fancy place. Of course, that's where opera singers are playing. And I want you to notice how her chest is moving and the way that she is breathing. And you would see basically that her chest is kept high. This is really important, the upper part of your chest. And that means that you are creating a big space in your chest for the air to resonate. And that gives the sound also of the harmonica some projection, resonation, just what you're hearing. This is quite an experiment, quite an experience. I don't know if you've ever been to opera, but you can just see that there is no other type of singers or performers who have such a rich sound. They can actually play to a whole huge music hall and they're not amplified. There is no microphones in there, and that's how they've been singing, the opera singers, for hundreds of years. Now, how do you actually have this kind of projection yourself so that you can stand in Carnegie Hall with your harmonica and just play it not amplified? How you can actually do that? So basically, what we're doing, I'm lowering the camera a bit, and what we're doing is something that is called diaphragmatic breathing. And the diaphragm is actually a muscle that sits here. It differentiates between, it is the border between the chest area and the stomach area. And basically, when we are breathing really deeply, so we really feel this whole area of the lower chest and the whole chest and also the diaphragm area just going up. So what we can do right now to actually practice it and see how we can take deep breaths and not shallow breaths is to actually take 2 or 3 really deep breaths. Take as much air as you can in, not to the point where it gets uncomfortable, and then take it out. Let's just do 2 of those. And then take it out. And then again, breathe in. And breathe out. Now is the real time. Pick up your harmonica and take the harmonica and do the same thing with the harmonica in your mouth, just around the middle of the harmonica. So it's going to sound something like this. You start by drawing air. And remember, feel, you can even put your hand here, feel that you're actually taking deep breath. How does that feel compared to perhaps different? Previously, you were just playing it without really thinking about it, and then you were just getting a slower, tinier sound. You can also keep doing it, just no deep breath, but just breathing through the harmonica at whatever kind of rhythm that you feel like, and put your hand on your stomach and see how it moves. So this is the opera breathing, and we're going to put it into use very soon. But before that, I want to show you something else. Actually, I told you I'm going to show you just one tip for actually developing a really new kind of lush tone. But I also want to give you another one. Some of you would already know it, but also you might have been doing it not in the right way. Maybe there is a better way for you to do it. And this is actually another key technique, which is holding properly to get the sound box. I would actually add here the sound box. And what the sound box means is that just like on the acoustic guitar, we have a sound box that gives it that projection. Also on the harmonica, we can create that sound box ourselves. So how do we actually do that? So basically, as you can see here in this picture, I am holding the harmonica in a way that, look at that here. I am taking it in my left hand. It's important that it would be in the left hand. And I'm holding the harmonica like a sandwich, kind of like that. And then with my other thumb, I am placing it right here, thumb on thumb. And then look at this. I'm going to put myself in full screen. And then basically I'm putting thumb on thumb like this. And then I'm going to close my hand in the back right here. So this is how it looks like. And then I'm closing my hand in the back. So right here, I have this sound box that creates more projection and this sort of reverb. So the harmonica sounds bigger and has a bigger, nicer sound. So here's how it is. I'm seeing a comment in the chat. Andrew, wow, sound is so much better. I have learned something great here. Awesome to hear, Andrew, and thanks for the comment. Now you're going to learn even something else that's going to make the sound even better. So we're holding it like this, and I just want you to play the harmonica and then play it without the trick that I showed you. You notice how there's more projection and reverb and resonance when you are using your hand like this? You can comment in the chat what you're thinking about this technique, and in the meantime, I'm even going to throw in another technique that is going to make your sound really cool. And it's a bit more advanced technique, but I'm just going to show it to you. You can play around with it later. And this is when we are doing this. So what I'm doing is basically I'm repeatedly opening and closing my right hand to create this. And the rate at which I will open and close my right hand would also decide how fast this effect would be. And this effect is what's called a vibrato, where I'm basically vibrating the sound to give it this cool twist and to give it an effect. So basically, what we've learned are three things, and I'm going to go back to the presentation. Malcolm is asking, is that for left and right-handed people? Yes, actually, it doesn't matter if you're left-handed or right-handed. You always hold the harmonica in your left hand, just as I've showed you, because the reason is when we are holding it in the left hand, so most of the sound box would be around the left side of the harmonica, and the left side of the harmonica is where the lowest notes are. These are the notes that have the most projection to begin with. So it sounds really great, and these are the notes that we want to amplify the most. So this is regarding this. And now I want to show it to you again. And basically the way that it's working is we're going to actually try it. And I don't know, some of you, as you said, have never played the harmonica before, but you're already here, and I'm already, look how incredible the harmonica is. First day maybe playing the harmonica, or one of your first times. We're going to play one of the biggest harmonica classics of all time, the song Piano Man. And basically, look at this. And by the way, just a reminder, when you're holding the harmonica, just remember that the numbers are going to be on the upper side. They're going to be closer to the ceiling. So just a reminder, basically, I just have a question before in the chat. Feel free to reply. You can be a lot more communicative in the chat. I'm seeing your comments, and it's just more fun to know that there are people here, because I see that there are quite a lot of people here. And I'm excited that all of you are still here. Everyone that we started with an hour ago, which is awesome. Anyways, before we start playing Piano Man ourselves, I want to remind you, of course you know it, but I want to remind you how Piano Man sounds like, because it's just going to make it easier to actually start playing it now. So Piano Man on the harmonica, and here it is. I'm going to load it up. Piano Man. And let's see it. The reason that I'm showing it to you is also another tip that you're getting here, is that before you play a song on the harmonica, it's always great to listen to it and see how it sounds like, because that would just make it easier for you to remember, and then you're not basically aiming in the dark, but you remember exactly how it goes. So we're going to play actually the solo. We're going to jump some solos, which is the 6th style I showed you of Piano Man. Here's how it sounds like.
It's 9 o'clock.
One more time, just the solo. All right, let's actually start playing it, and I want to show it to you. And this is going to be the point where I'm also reminding you of basically the 3 techniques that we talked about, because it would just make it much easier now before we actually start playing it. So we talked about holding the harmonica correctly, like a sandwich, thumb on thumb. Let me show you the picture again. So that's how it looks like when you hold the harmonica correctly and then you close it. We talked about opera breathing, when your chest is up high and you're singing and you're breathing into your stomach and your chest, and you're keeping this for a full lush tone. And let's actually start doing it. I won't confuse you with the third thing that we've talked about. So look at this. One thing to remember here is basically that when we are reading tabs, the easy way to do that, if you're starting out, I'm going to go slow because I know some people here are just starting out, is to actually look at this and look at the numbers one by one. So for example, I'm going to start here and I'm going to aim for note number 6. I'm going to look where it is. And then before I play it, I'm just going to focus on the first 3 notes if you are a beginner. And by the way, Piano Man is originally played on the original song with a harmonica in the key of C. So I'm going to look here at note number 6. And then basically we are going to do this. And again, I'm looking at this. Now, the question here is, how do I know that I'm actually at note number 6? Because the harmonica is sort of an invisible instrument. It's not like a piano where you look down and you see where your fingers are exactly at. But basically, the way to know it is we teach our muscle memory, we teach ourselves that we hold the harmonica and bring it to our mouth when it's right in the middle. So we know where the middle is. And if you look closely on the harmonica, you see what's right in the middle. And that is basically the exact wall, this divider between note 5 and note 6. So I know that if I am aiming for hole 6, I'm basically just needing to take a little bit to the right from there. And then that's what makes it, well, that's what makes me reach note 6. And then I'm using my ears also to realize that. Now, another thing is, notice that Piano Man is a song where it's not just playing hole number 6. We're not playing single notes here, but we're playing multi-notes. So we are aiming to note number 6, but our mouth is a bit more open, so we're actually hitting a couple more notes. And then that's what gives it this rich sound. And this is actually also, besides saying that this is a solo kind of jamming, this kind of harmonica that we're playing here, that Billy Joel played in this one of the most famous harmonica solos from all time, is actually, you can say, Bob Dylan harmonica style. Do you notice, if you're thinking about those Bob Dylan solos, how they sound kind of familiar and similar? So let's give it a try ourselves, and you can play with it a bit at home. And this is 6 minus 5 and then 6, just the first 3 notes, or you can play the whole thing. Remember, breathe deeply. Another question that people are often asking is, wait, how do I know the rhythm of the song? So this is exactly the thing. The tabs on the harmonica don't show you the rhythm. They just count on you knowing the rhythm because you already know the song. And that's what allows us to have a reading material that is just so much easier to see. So basically, this is it for right now. There's another slide here that we're not going to see, but I have a question for you. So all of you are right here. How are you doing right now? I'm seeing a question for Ingmar. Shouldn't it be -6 at second position? No, not really. This is everyone doing right now. This is incredible. It's been more than an hour. We're getting pretty close to the end. Basically, we've talked about the 3 insights that I've told you. We talked about how we are rediscovering the harmonica and how it can sound much richer. We've talked about how you can actually make good harmonica choices and good harmonica key choices. And of course, also at the end, I will give you all the time in the world that you want to ask questions about anything harmonica. I will stay here. And another thing is, we talked about actually how to have this opera breath to start and sound much better. And now there are some people here who are probably like not just beginners actually, but also people who are more experienced. They're here, and I see you're here, so I'm really enjoying it. Ray, it has been very encouraging. This is really awesome to hear, and I'm very happy to hear this. Now, what I have to tell you is there anyone here who would want to learn more about how you can actually keep going with the harmonica? Whether you just started out, whether you have been playing for a long time, but hopefully I re-inspired you today, and now you're curious about, wait, how do I keep learning from here, and how do I just learn more about it? Because I want to use this potential. The harmonica is so much cooler, 100 times cooler than I thought. It's not just this tiny instrument. It can do so much, play songs, blues. How do I do that? And I see Jonathan, yes, my enthusiasm has increased. I'm so happy to hear the goal has been reached. Now, I have something to tell you about. And basically, first of all, I got to tell you that what I'm about to show you is not for everyone, because a lot of people who might be all right with the harmonica and like, all right, yeah, I can play a little bit here and there. I'm not super excited about it. And for you guys, this is completely fine as well. If you are just looking to look around the harmonica, I'm seeing a comment from Christelle. I missed it. Dang, no worries. I'm going to be sending a replay, and you can watch it from the beginning. It was very interesting. Anyways, and Malcolm said, got the original course, got COVID and quit. Still good. Yes, it is still good, but I actually have a much more interesting offer for sound. So first of all, if you're not that into the harmonica, you can always go into YouTube and see some lessons and, pick it up slowly. But I will tell you something, and you can get somewhere, but I can tell you something as someone who actually had courses. I still have courses, and I have had more than 15,000 students on my courses in the last 8 years. That's how I got here and how I got to do this full time. And basically, the thing is, and I have to tell, this isn't even what I shared with you today. It's not even 2% of what I have to share with you, and how you can go even more into the harmonica. And I can show you hundreds of more cool videos that will leave you motivated for decades, and just a lot more information on how you can actually sound like this without overwhelming you with just too much information. And basically, the thing is, bonus insight number 4, how to really achieve phenomenal results. And I got to tell you that the problem with online courses is that they are, I would say, pretty outdated, because of the reason that nowadays it's just a lot of people get courses, but you know how many people actually finish courses? You know what's the average completion rate of courses? It's between 5% to 15%. If you Google that right now, you would see that average completion rate of online courses, 5% to 15%. And I made this incredible course, but people just don't go through courses on their own, because it's just overwhelming and there's a lot to go. And then basically what most people do, and again, I know this because I have courses myself and I see the stats, and I know it from also other people. That's just how it works. People get it, and then they usually go through it a little bit. But if there is no community and no people around them and no something to check on them, basically you would play a little bit, you would go through the first few lessons, and then you would stop. Is there anyone here who is recognizing, who's feeling, identifying with this? And I can tell you that I'm seeing Ori, first time touching this wonderful instrument. Fantastic. Awesome. I can tell you that my breakthrough actually came through with what I'm about to tell you, with how to actually learn something and how to actually get a transformation and actually become amazing at it, came through songwriting. And for a long time, I wanted to learn how to write songs and become a really good songwriter, just in the way that I'm not trying to be extremely famous, but just I have the guitar and I want to be able to express myself, but just, pick up the guitar and write a song about my feelings, about what's happening, just a catchy song. And I never got there. And I'm also, as I told you, I was never really someone who learned formally things. And I just learned always on my own. So I wasn't really surrounded by a lot of people I never went to music school or Berkeley or something like this. And then I heard actually about a masterclass of songwriting, a mastermind group of around 15 people that started. And this is basically was in a music school here in Israel, but it was just one time per week with one of my favorite artists, and there is Ori here, and I see that she is from Israel. And it was just one time a week meeting with one of my favorite songwriters. And you bring each one of the 15 people in the group brings the song that he was working on during this week. So it gives you this accountability that you actually have to bring something for the meeting. And then everyone sits in a circle, and this artist, Chemi Rudner, one of the most legendary songwriters here in Israel, we listen to everyone's and what they're playing and what are their takeaways from this week and what did they learn. And then, everyone plays his song, gets feedback from Chemi, gets feedback from the leader of the group, gets feedback from the other people in the group. And we're just having those incredible 1 hour, 1.5 hour of meeting. And we just learned so much. And over this period of 6 months, I can tell you that I had my biggest transformation, and it got me to a place unlike no other. For years before that, I was trying to get somewhere with songwriting and just learning a bit from songs, from YouTube videos, never really got anywhere. But I finally got my breakthrough on that course. That's what gave me the transformation. And I was able to start writing songs. During actually this workshop, I wrote the song that I consider my best song to date, which is called The Springtime of Your Life. And that was in 2019. Since then, I released 10 songs and singles to Spotify that got over 100,000 streams. And that all started there. That's what opened my heart. That's what brought the transformation in me. And in the past year, actually, I can tell you that my courses in Israel have been the harmonica courses I have in Israel in Hebrew started really blowing up. A lot of people, I never really made it in Hebrew, and then I translated it in Hebrew, and then boom, I became like a harmonica celebrity here, and people see my advertisements, and people are recognizing me on the street even. And this all came from the internet, and I started advertising, and I see so many people taking the course. Over 1,000 people purchased the course, but I see that something is lacking, and that brought me in the last few months to think back of that group that I had with Chemi Rudner and the transformation. That was the only format that I've seen to actually go through the transformation, not just going through some videos that you do at home on your own, but actually giving it a sort of a mastermind group. Is there anyone here, you can tell me in the chat, who has been in a mastermind before, mastermind group? And I will show you what it is. I know it's very common in the US, especially among business circles. And this is basically, what is a mastermind? A mastermind group, you can see here, is a peer-to-peer mentoring group used to help members solve their problems with input and advice from other group members. The concept was coined in 1925 by author Napoleon Hill in his book, The Law of Success, and described in more detail in his 1977 book, Think and Grow Rich. In his books, Hill discussed the idea of the mastermind, which referred to two or more people coming together in harmony to solve problems. And look, when two or more people coming in harmony, this is what happens. It's not just one person with his own brain trying to go with this one harmonica course, but people are getting together, and over a long period, they learn from each other. Everyone brings his own insights, and you start learning more, and you start getting much, much better on the harmonica in this case. Now, moving forward, cooperation through the use of the mastermind groups was one of the laws of success that Hill learned. Successful Americans, including Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Alexander Graham Bell, Theodore Roosevelt. Several companies offer mastermind group environments to members and guidance in planning effective groups. Coined as the #1 tool for ultra-successful people to achieve the growth they want, mastermind groups promote accountability, support access to resources, idea generation, and networking connections. So, do you see where I'm going with this? Basically, what I came up with over the last couple of months is something really revolutionary that I want to introduce to the world of the harmonica. And this is basically instead of just everyone, making courses, and you learn a bit from everyone's courses. The harmonica world is a small world. You can go on YouTube. There is me, and there's about 10 other people, and each one has his course, and you can go there and learn. But we all know how it works. You can write in the chat, but I'm sure that if you've taken a course before, and again, this is also said about my own courses, unless you're one of the 5% who actually go through courses on your own, 95% of the people really need this encouragement, need people around them. So basically, I decided to create something completely new to the world of harmonica. And again, this is not for everyone, just for people who are really into the harmonica and want to really take this a step forward and really take some time and become the harmonica players of their dreams. And here it is. The reason that Mastermind works so well is that students are around different levels. So it does two things. Earlier in the roadmap, students, beginners, as you can say, they see what's possible. They see the more advanced students in the group, and that's motivating them to take action and cultivate the sound they want to achieve. They hear how it sounds like. And then advanced students are not only inspired from other advanced students, me included, I'm sure that I'm going to be inspired by other people in the group, but also reminded of fundamentals when talking to beginning students. Hence, they get better. So you are always, because even masters got to have solid fundamentals. Even John Mayer, when he plays a song that just has G, D, E minor, C, he does it perfectly. He got to do it perfectly. So that's how it all works. And actually, I remember before I went to the songwriting group, this sort of a mastermind, basically now looking back at it, I realized that's what it was, is that I thought I was a bit of a snob, and I was like, no, there are going to be like amateur people there, and there's going to be, and I'm going to be the best or whatever. And then I got there, and that was very humbling because first of all, I saw people who are younger than me who were writing incredible songs. And I saw people who are older than me also writing incredible songs. And I saw even people that I thought, oh, he's less of a guitar player than me or whatever. I learned so much from the songs that they came up with, and from hearing Chemi, the songwriting leader of us, giving them the feedback, and everything just goes back to this. You keep on getting better and better. And I actually researched about it, and I saw that there are a couple of real incredible people that are doing this sort of a mastermind format for learning instruments in the music world. For teaching trumpet, there is a guy called Matt Brockman who's doing this, and his students are getting incredible results in a similar format to what I'm about to suggest. And also some guy called Amani Rhodes in the drumming world. He's doing this incredible, mind-blowing results for his mastermind group. So basically, how many of you are excited? And I want to hear in the chat, how many of you are excited now about the new possibilities on the harmonica that can be opening up now, and maybe also feeling overwhelmed with all the new style, and you want to experience those feelings? You want to experience those feelings of really being a master on the harmonica. So would you be interested in learning more about this new method? So I told before, and Andy says, sounds interesting. And here's a problem with courses. As I told you, the completion rate of online courses, as you can see on Google, is very, very low. So for the feelings of fully reaching your potential, if you are one of those people who want to fully reach your potential and really become the harmonica musician of your dreams, this takes time, but on the harmonica, it's really doable when you get into it. And basically, would you like to make the harmonica an integral part of your life and become an expert on this instrument, know how to play any of the 6 different styles, and just be able to take this harmonica in your pocket everywhere you go and be extremely, extremely good on it? Frank, the information is well presented and interesting. Ingmar, I would like to hear more. Ray, I'm not sure I'm ready for it. This is totally fine. Again, if you're not ready for this, maybe now is not the time for you. This is totally fine. And as I said, there's a lot of material on the internet. So what I want to present to you is something I'm beyond excited to actually show it for the first time. And this is something called Harmonica with Charisma. So my older course was called Harmonica Gems. And Harmonica with Charisma is a transformational year program. And that means it's a 12-month mastermind program to become the harmonica musician of your dreams and achieve a phenomenal progress that would take 5 to 10 years to reach alone. Sounds bombastic, right? but I'm sure, and with the curriculum that I've built, that it's definitely possible and it can be done. You just need not just a course that would take you through the first 2 steps and then you would leave it alone, but actually something that would make you show up every week and with fun and not overwhelm you, just keep you consistent. And it's a holistic solution with everything you need for the harmonica. So it's not just how to play songs or how to play blues. It's everything, including how to develop your ears to new places. And basically, here's what I am promising on that program. And yes, this is a lot, but basically, you're going to get all of this if you're going to go in. This is called, the first thing is sing with your harmonica. You will play the melodies of songs so beautifully that they will resonate like a soulful voice, crafting emotions with a lush tone that only few can achieve, just like Filip Jers. That's what we are aiming for. I want to break free from tabs and develop your super ears. You don't need to rely on tabs. The harmonica, as I told you, is the best instrument to play on from your ears, but it does take the right way to go about it. I know that for years I struggled with it, but I've found a way to do that, and that's what I'm willing to share. Well, decorate popular songs. With every popular song, see an opportunity to enhance it with your harmonica's unique touch and deliver mesmerizing licks and intoxicating solos, whether in jam sessions or playing along with your favorite artist records. You'll play blues like never before. You already see how the blues is cool on the harmonica. You will become a badass blues harmonica artist capable of playing blues solos that leave people in awe. However, the program isn't for people who only love blues on the harmonica. I'm telling you, it's not for everyone, as our focus is also on song playing and jamming. And last thing, captivate with confidence. We're also going to work on your performance skills, and you don't have to want to play in Carnegie Hall. Even performing to your friends or your family, and you can enjoy the beauty of making music with your friends or family and performing to them. And basically, you will step into you 2.0 as a musician. Really, even if you've been playing the harmonica here and there for 20 years, I'm telling you, this is nothing compared to what's possible when you're doing it right. Just like for me, this songwriting program took me on a transformative journey for the first time. It wasn't informative, it was transformative. And what does this program include? So basically, as I told you, I already had the harmonica jams course, but Harmonica with Charisma is basically 6 courses bundle. It's a more modern teaching style. All other courses in the internet are mostly just around the blues. And here I'm going to give you something on all of the types of music we talked about and beyond that. But I'm not going to overwhelm you. Each style is going to have what you need, not just fillers, that just makes you want to leave the harmonica. It's the 3rd version of this course that, as I showed you, the most successful course on Udemy. So many reviews. And this is already from the 2016 version. Got so many people, over 600 reviews, almost 600 reviews. And this is not the 2nd version of it, the 3rd version of it, with much better songs, with much better videos. It's refilmed in the highest quality. This is the kind of quality you can expect. I can show you a video later of how the previous version looked like. And this is how the new version would be like, Harmonica with Charisma. And I'm already telling you, this course that I'm showing to you right now, look at this, just a moment. So basically, it includes this brand new bundle, includes the Harmonica with Charisma, includes 6 courses. Not mini courses, but really courses that are going to be in it. And you can go through them at your own pace during that year, as we are all going through them together. And every week we are meeting for the mastermind. And we are learning more from each other, and everyone is in different places. So there is the song playing course that will teach you how to sing through the harmonica really. There's a blues course, the folk or Bob Dylan harmonica course. There is the gentle jamming course, the solos playing course. There is the jazz course. And the new courses will not be available separately. So everything is right here. Other than this, look at this. The bundle also includes several mini courses. The harmonica recording workshop, how to play guitar and harmonica together. It's another mini course. Performing to friends with confidence, another mini course. Playing fast on the harmonica. Man, I'm really excited about this because I know that diving into this year, I am myself going to just see you, and together with you, each one of us is going to grow so much as a musician. So I'm beyond excited for this. And moving on, what else is included? The Harmonica with Charisma welcome kit. So I'm going to give you a total of 3 gift harmonicas that are included in the price. In the most useful key is G, A, which is a great key for the blues, and C. Or if you already have those exact harmonicas, so we can customize them, we will be in touch. You're getting the Honor Golden Melody, the new Golden Melody, which is this amazing harmonica right here. Very warm sounding, very amazing. Sylvia is asking, will we also learning bending? Yes, of course. Bending is a basic part of the blues, and you're going to get very good on bending if you join this. Andrew is asking about classical music on the harmonica. So I have to tell you, classical music is really beyond my specialties. So this is not going to be something, at least not that I can promise right now. Maybe it's something that is going to be added later. The Honor Rocket, which is also my favorite harmonica, very expensive harmonica, around $65, and just a totally different category in terms of how loud it sounds and how easy it is to bend. And the Honor Blues Harp as well, which you can never go wrong with. That's the one I recommended to you earlier. You also get in the welcome kit a printed version of the new edition of the course Songbook. Not this one in Hebrew, of course. That's how it looks like, but I'm making a new version with over 50 songs in English, of course, and it's just much easier. I created it because it's just, I noticed that it's much easier to practice when you have this right on your desk, and it's just laying on the table. It's just much more fun. You just always open it, and everything is more accessible, because I noticed also with courses, the problem is they're just not accessible oftentimes, and you don't have something physical around you, so you're just probably not gonna oftentimes go into them, and then you just abandon them. So this book makes sure that it's always in your environment. And you can see here a testimonial in Hebrew, and there is at least one person in the audience from Israel. They can verify that the translation is, I printed the book, and definitely, since I have it in front of me, I'm having a lot more fun playing just because it's there. So another thing in the welcome kit is a high quality harmonica leather case for 7 harmonicas. So I'm basically just giving you everything so that everything is there for you for really becoming the harmonica musician of your dreams. You have everything you need. My favorite harmonica holder. This is after years of trying around with different holders, and many of them are just not comfortable, until I found this one by Dunlop, which is an amazing harmonica. And if you're playing the guitar, so it's just going to enable you to start playing this style of Bob Dylan. So it's really awesome. Other than this, and by the way, everything I'm saying here, there's a lot of information, but you can see everything summed up later. So this is something big. I'm going to give you something which is not even out in the market, and you're going to get it in November. It's a revolutionary wireless harmonica reverb speaker and microphone. It costs around $150 or $200. It's not out yet, and it makes it just way more fun to practice on your own and jam with friends. And actually, a colleague of mine here in Israel, who is creating courses for flutes and for Irish flutes, and he's a very awesome guy. He just realized that the biggest problem with wind instruments is when you go out to jams and you don't have this reverb, so it's just usually not very fun to play sometimes, because the sound can be smaller. But for example, the sound that we've heard from Filip Jers in the beginning, when it was full and lush, he had a microphone. But the thing is, not always we have accessible microphone, and this microphone changes it all, because it's basically giving you something that you can just use everywhere, and it's a Bluetooth microphone. It's wireless, and it sounds amazing, very accessible. You can put backing tracks on it through in your phone through Bluetooth, and just jam with it. And here's how it actually sounds like. I want to show you how it is. So look at this video. This is me jamming. All right. Did you hear the reverb? So here it is. So this is the reverb microphone. And by the way, if you have questions, feel free to keep sending them here. And also I will come back to some of them later. I am just really excited to show you all of this. It's basically just me without boundaries, just giving you everything to learn harmonica as far as you want. So what it includes is Harmonica with Charisma 6 courses bundle, and then the welcome kit, which is at least $400 with the harmonicas, with the speaker, with the case, with the holder, and with the songbook. But there is more. So question, what is the most important asset we have as musician? Jonathan asks, what does Ferris Deebs means? Here is that even before it's out in the market, you would be the first ones to get this thing. And I believe it's really going to be a market breaker in the world. And this is already included here because no one has ever done something like this, which is also works on batteries. It's wireless. You can use Bluetooth. So basically, it's very easy to use and very fun to use. You can bring it to jams, or you can just practice at home with it and play backing tracks without needing your computer even. You just with your phone and the speaker. So, and first Deebs meaning you would get it first. What is the most important asset we have as musicians? Something that gives us complete freedom on the instrument, the ability to just play from the heart. And I can tell you, let's see if answers come in. What is it? Imagine you can have one thing as a musician that would make you a super musician, like a Superman, something I've wanted for years, I can tell you. And I believe now I'm pretty much there. And I wasn't there 2 years ago, not even 1 year ago, until there was something that I discovered. And this was this ear training method, which is amazing. It's called Improvise for Real. And it's already included here. And it's included inside the course. If you buy it on your own, it costs around $400, even $500. All their courses that you're getting here with this program. And they're customized for the harmonica, and you get them already in the app of Harmonica with Charisma. So you can easily practice your ears and just break free from tabs and instantly play what you hear. I'm telling you, a lot of programs promise that. I've spent money on dozens of programs to develop my ears. All of them didn't really work. This is the most practical one that actually works. And this guy right here, David, really, really awesome and incredibly smart guy. He's the one who started this method. And I'm in touch with him and basically made a deal with him to include those courses to Harmonica with Charisma students. So this is it. World's best ear training method, customized for the harmonica, $500 total value. 4, this is what we talked about, the weekly group coaching and mastermind community. So every week we're going to be meeting for this 1 year of the program. We're going to be meeting, and that I believe is the most unique and powerful part about Harmonica with Charisma. You go through it with me. I'm going to be there every week answering your questions and also with your peers. So every week you're going to be required to send a video of you playing. What have you been working on this week? Of course, if you don't do that, it's fine. I'm not your teacher at school, but I believe you would want to do that because it's awesome and you made an investment and you are just took this year to really transform yourself as a musician. So you're going to be part of it. And there are many programs like this. Also, it goes into more people can be on the mastermind. You can have on the Zooms. I'm seeing this on the programs, the drum programs, and the videos I've seen. It works amazing. And for example, so you're going to get one-on-one personal feedback from me on all playing videos you submit and all the questions, and feedback is always given in the weekly group setting, so everyone learns from each other. And basically, I don't do private lessons anymore, but last time I did it was $100 per hour. And here I think it's even more beneficial to your improvement since everyone is learning from the group. It's much better than one-on-one settings because just like I told you, just like the songwriting lessons were better when they were in a group than just personally with Chemi, and then I couldn't learn from other people. I'm just with myself and him, and all right, this is what I did this week, but what others have done, others that are in the same boat with me, I want to learn with them as well. So every week I'm going to be there. And of course, if you can't make it to the live lessons, you can submit those videos in advance or your questions in advance, and I will answer your questions and give feedbacks to all of your playing. And this is going to be uploaded and timestamped so you can easily watch it during the week, and you will know exactly in the video is your feedback. It's as dreamy as can be. So this is what it is, the group coaching. You get the 6-course bundle, you get the welcome kit, you get the world's best ear training method, you get the group coaching and Harmonica Mastermind membership for 1 year every week. Now, question, anyone here plays the guitar or writes songs or wants to do those things or get much better at them? Because I know that for a fact, you can write in the chat, I know that for a fact, the harmonica and the guitar are instruments that go so well together, and so often they go together. And so many people are learning both of them together. And basically, what happens is that when you sign up, you're also getting my entire guitar and songwriting courses and ebooks suites. And this is 12 of my best courses from the last 4 years. As I have told you, the harmonica was not my main thing until the last year. And I made a lot of guitar courses and the songwriting courses that were also incredibly successful. I got a lot of students from over the world to learn from them and make a huge progress. So basically, when you sign up, that also promises that you're going to become a much better guitar player, and you can do that as well. And I believe that the more you get better on the harmonica, the more you get better on the guitar, the more you get better on the guitar, the more you get better on the harmonica, etc. And don't even get me started on songwriting, which I think is the most awesome thing in music. So basically, this is the Harmonica with Charisma program, everything we talked about. And the last thing is actually something that comes down to the fact that, as I told you, the big problem with courses is that they're not really accessible in the way that, all right, you buy them, but then they're on some website like Teachable, and you don't really get in there, and you forget your login details, and you can't really get there, which is why this program is going to also include an app that is in the making. So everything is easily accessible everywhere. This is just a mock-up of the app. So this is similar to how the app would look like, but not exactly. And it's going to have all the harmonica lessons, all the backing tracks, all the community, everything in one place. And you can improve your ears, and you can view tabs, and you can easily make more harmonica progress from wherever you are. You can go through the live weekly calls and all that kind of stuff. So this is it. And you get all of these kind of things. Harmonica, the welcome kit, the world's best ear training method, customized for harmonica, the group coaching and mastermind, and my entire guitar and harmonica courses, and the Harmonica with Charisma app. Total value, it's really thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I don't need to tell you, this is really everything that I can bring to not just give you information, but to take you from point A to point B, where you are the musician of your dreams. And the actual price of the program is far less than that, and would be sent to applicants with the full info kit. So basically, in short, everything you need to fulfill your harmonica dreams, my dream program to help you get there. This is how you will sound like after this year. And then this is for people who absolutely love harmonica and what it sounds like and want to do it themselves too. People who want to turn what would take you 5 to 10 years to achieve alone and do it in 1 year in a group setting. People who enjoy doing things and learning things in a social way and as part of a group. People who are willing to make an investment into their future version, because as you can guess, when this program is a huge investment of time also for me every week, and this is something that goes over a year. And also I truly believe that when you invest in something and you make a big investment, so it's not a course that you bought for $10 on Udemy that you just purchase and forget after a week, but you are actually into it and you want to learn it, and you're just making actually a transformation, not just learning how to play Hallelujah and forgetting about it. So also people who are ready to spend time every week getting better with fun. And I'm also saying it's really not going to be overwhelming. It's not too much information. Every week you're going to feel easy because it's spread over 1 year. But when you're doing something consistently over 1 year and not just purchasing a course, doing it for 2 weeks and forgetting about it, your mind would be blown from the results that you can get. So this is Harmonica with Charisma. For any questions, you can write here in the chat, or you can email me back to the webinar invitation mail or text me. And for questions you might have, I'm going to answer them now. And I am also going to tell you, look at this, that this program is in the making. And basically, it's going to be a very small group, and I'm going to make a few more of those presentations. And a small group means that the initial group, in order to keep high feedback from me and something that I can actually give feedback to all those people, the initial group is just 12 people. So as I've said, it's really not for everyone. And 4 seats were already pre-sold to longtime students of mine, so I'm very excited. And the program is going to start in the last week of October. So basically, you're going to have 2 months to get ready for that. I'm going to give you also some material. And then in 2 months, the courses are going to be ready, at least a third of each one of those courses, and more content would be dripped out over this period, not to overwhelm you. And also, as I'm creating this content of all of those dream courses that are just going to be something completely new in the world of harmonica. And again, not just another course that shows you something simple, but actually something that gives you a complete transformation. So I'm thinking, were you enclosing a small harmonica amp? Well, it only be up-based. No, it's not up-based. It's not just up-based. It's definitely also for the PC. The app is just a bonus if you want it. However, let me give you something that I wanted to give, and then I had a bug. So what I want to give you right now on the screen is a link where you can apply to the program. And when you are applying for the program, then I'm going to get back to you within a couple of days and tell you if you're in or not. And then, of course, it's not an obligation. Of course, then you choose. I'm going to tell you immediately when you apply. I'm going to send you more details, the full details about the program and more about the curriculum and just more stuff, because it's a year-long program. It would be too long to share here, and we're already almost at 2 hours into this presentation. And by the way, thanks so much for everyone who's been up until here. If you have any questions, so as I said, you can type them here, and then let me upload this link of Harmonica with Charisma, and then you can go in there and submit your application to me, or you can just send any emails that you're seeing there. And let's do it. Harmonica with Charisma. And then, of course, I didn't forget your ebook. 8 seats left. See more details. Okay, so look at this. Now you're going to have this on the screen, and this shows you Harmonica with Charisma. You can go into the website, you can submit your details, and now I'm going to answer your questions. So Jonathan is asking, oh, and by the way, so now you're going to see on screen, look at this. When you have on your screen, if you're watching it on the phone, so down below, you're going to see something that is called poll offer. And here it is. And when you click on the offer, on the sign up, so you can see more details about it. It's this little arrow, and I'm also going to send it on email. Now, Jonathan, what day of the week and time it will be? So it's going to be on the weekends, probably on a Sunday. Don't see anything yet. Wait, let me see. Let me send it actually in the chat. That would be more simple. harmonicajam.com, harmonica with charisma. Now you can see that on the screen, and this will take you. And also in the next hour, I will also upload more details to that page, so you can see, for example, again, all the bonuses and everything. And so as I said, it's going to be on the weekend. However, no worries, even if you can't make it to some of them, there is always the option, as I said, to submit, to pre-submit your playings and your questions, and to watch those later. Everything is recorded, and we all understand that everyone is busy, so everything also you can record it and you can watch it whenever you want, and it's time-stamped, so you know exactly where your questions were answered. and you can go there and use it to your liking and how you like it. And basically, just a moment. What is the estimated time investment per week from Sylvia? So basically, it's all up to you. I can tell you that I think the minimum, again, if you're making an investment and you really want to take yourself somewhere new and to make a transformation in yourself. So at least, let's say 2-3 days per week to play for 10-20 minutes. It's not much, I know. When you do it consistently, this takes you to space. Seriously. Because the problem, I believe, with most people, and again, this is the problem with courses usually, is that you get the course, you invest an hour or two, like this is a pretty long time for a couple of days, and then you're like, oh, I don't feel that I can actually keep doing that for a long time. And then you get frustrated. You just went through a few videos, a few chapters, and then you drop it. But when you have this sort of accountability to show up every week, and you see your peers and you see how far they are going more farther, and you get more inspiration, this just gives you so much more ideas to move forward. So this is, by the way, so again, this is the minimum, but I think the more you invest in it, the better you would become. And the bottom line is that the more fun it would be for you when you do that. Now, just a moment, I want to show you this page and also the PDF. I'm going to now share it on the screen. So look at the bottom of the screen if you're on the phone or if you're on a computer. So on the phone, it's at the bottom of the screen, and you see something called File. So you can click on where it says File, and then you have the Songbook. And I'm already saying, as I said, this is not for everyone, and I totally understand if this is not for you and you don't feel it's for you. Either way, thank you very much for being here. And I'm hoping that it really inspired you regarding the harmonica. And I'm hoping to hear from you and to get those of you who should be there and who feel the calling and the intuition within themselves of like, this is me. I want to be one of those people in the harmonica mastermind. I want to do that. That sounds awesome. Let's hear from you. Email me, use this link that I sent in the chat to send your application, and let's do this. And as I'm saying, I will say it again, you can be a complete beginner or you can be very advanced. There's material there for everyone. And this is what I'm seeing from Sylvia. 1 year is a very short time to reach these goals. And this is exactly, I can tell you that I thought the same thing regarding songwriting. And for a couple of years, I was basically banging my head against the wall. And I'm like, it's not working. And then 6 months completely transformed me. And this is the power of the mastermind when you're seeing people around you and there is a structure, because 1 year when you are on your own, this is indeed a very short time. And people don't really make a lot of progress in 1 year. But 1 year when every week you are needed to send something, a sort of a playing, that's 52 weeks that you need to send something. And you get feedback from someone experienced and also from your peers, and you see what your peers are doing, and you constantly inspired, you constantly see more videos like the videos we have seen today. You just jump into this harmonica world, and it's just completely crazy. Andy is asking, are you able to share the price? So this is something that I keep in the document for everyone who applies. However, as I've said, compared to what it is and to this 1 year of weekly lessons, if you compare this, for example, to taking weekly lessons for a whole year, it's very affordable what you're getting here, not to mention with all the bonuses that you're getting here. So when you apply, I will send you the full document with the rest of the information and with everything else. And also, there's also convenient payment plans. So I'm sure the price is not something that is going to stop anyone. I want to make it something that people can do. However, it is definitely still an investment because, as I've said, I believe in an investment in yourself is something that actually gets you to act over time. Perfect. Thank you, Andy. I sent my application. This is awesome. Now, we are getting close to wrapping things up. If you have any questions, and this is I'm seeing you're still sending questions, and this is awesome. However, I have the limit of the program itself here. Let me show you this again. The limit of the software itself, the webinar jam that I'm using, and it limits you to 2 hours, and we're actually at 2 hours, which is crazy. So I want to thank you again for everyone who is here, and please be in touch. Also, if you have any questions regarding the harmonica, and let me turn the screen share off. And you can find me also on my YouTube channel, Harmonica Jams, Alon Kuperberg, where you can see a lot of stuff and playings and examples and lessons. And I hope you have enjoyed. If you have more questions and the time is going to run out, we have like 2.5 more minutes. So you can feel free to send them to me on email or on my text. I'm also going to write my American phone number. I know a lot of people here are from the US. And if not, you can still reach me over there. You can also find me on Facebook, Alon Kuperberg, if this is easier for you. And let's see. Do we have more questions, or are we going to wrap it up? We still have 27 people here. This is awesome. 27 people are sitting, and I'm like, oh, we're having a good time. We're interested in the harmonica. Isn't that awesome? This all goes into your pockets with all the awesome music that it can create. Okay, so we are going to wrap it up. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here and for letting me share this passion. It was truly from the heart a true joy for me these past 2 hours, and I hope to see you soon. I'm staying here for an extra minute until the software shuts itself down. If you have less questions, feel free. Thank you, Callum. Thanks, Jonathan. Thank you, Ingmar. Where are you from? It sounds like your name is Dutch, maybe? I used to live in the Netherlands, and I think I've heard this name there. Thank you, Alfredo.